Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Now, the group 4 would like to begin the presentations, and then with the first speaker, Farah, and then the second speaker, Maghfirah Tunnisa, and then the third speaker, Maghfirah Bukhari, and then the last speaker, Asmaul Husna. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite the first speaker to open the speech. Here, the time's yours.
Okay, thank you, Bang Firman. We are from second group we will talk about the second language acquisition. So we start from Farah Diana. Farah Diana is the first speaker. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Kak Fira. Before we're going why we study SLA, we should know what is second language acquisition is. In second language learning, language plays as an institutional and social role in the community. It functions as a recognized means of communication among members who speak some other language as their native tongue. In foreign language learning, language plays no major role in the community and is primarily learned in the classroom. The distinction between second and foreign language learning is what is learned and how it is learned. Can you next, please? And also, what is the study of this second language acquisition? However, how second language are learned. Furthermore, how learners create a new language system with limited exposure to a second language, and then why most second language learners do not achieve the same degree of proficiency in a second language as they do in their native language, and finally, why some learners appear to achieve native-like proficiency in more than one language. Next. And how do some pupils acquire a second language? Learners acquire a second language by making use of existing knowledge of their native language. In general, learning strategies or universal properties of language to internalize knowledge of their second language. And in these processes serve as a means by which the learner constructs an interlanguage or a transitional system reflecting the learner's current second language knowledge. And moreover, the communication strategies are employed by the learner to make use of existing knowledge to cope with communication difficulties. And also, why EFL students need to study SLE?
And this is my part.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This will be presented by my friend Maghfirah Tunnisa. Time is yours.
Okay, why EFL students need to study SLA? First, connecting with people around the world. Mean that some language connect us to one to another. We share ideas and culture informations, and learning second language connect to you and to a new group of the people also, and the culture. And the second is employment opportunities. With an ever global economic and spending and increasingly diverse national population, speaking a second language is that many employers aspire to, from translating document and creating document and talking to the client. Your ability to speak multiple language make you a valuable employee. Like the sample, like you know, jobs views kantor hukum Norman and Kantor Hukum Norman and partner at Lamte Hulekaring is looking for a translator, interpreter that master and active speak in English, Arab, Japan, and Chinese. And the description is
Kemarin latihan di Cando baru pulang. Tur nih, lari.
Mbak Anggrani, please mute your
Oh, gimana nih?
and that description is the job able to communicate with foreigners for administrations and communication about immigrations, visa, and etc. And the third is traveling and studying abroad. If you plan to go to the abroad or working there, learning second language will give you the tools to communicate with other people. And the people who can communicate for asking like directions, restaurants, hotels, order food, and other services. Of course, the local at that country might be kind and helpful if you speak their language. And the last is personal fulfillment. Like you can open your mind to new ideas or new challenge to see the world differently, and you can appreciate your language, and at the end learning second language and something to be proud. And of course we encourage each other to learn second language. Next and according to Leonardo da Vinci's Agile faculty, learning a second language is important because language affect everyday life member of race, creeds, and any region in the world. Language helps express our feelings, wants, and questions to the world around us. Word, gesture, and tones are used together to describe a wide spectrum of emotion. Next. As not as in the article Why Bilingual Are Smart by Judith Batarje of the New York Times, he said that collective evidence from a number of studies shows that bilingual experience improve the brain's executive function, the command system that direct attention process used to plan, solve problems, and perform various other mental demanding tasks. That's the parents place their child for ahead of for the future competitors. The impact of multilingualism can be traced to many more files, like a doctor who can communicate with the patient in native language or foreign language is likely to be successful for their diagnosis. And also a scientist who is able to explain his finding ideas to his friends, it will speed up and perfect their words. Learning to communicate fluently in multi-language provide additional job security and opportunities for the future. So prepare our students and children to become next generation of doctors, teachers, translator, entrepreneurs, engineer, and attach. Through this, we prepare ourselves, our children for growth, success, securities, and prosperity. And the communication skill learned will form the foundation of future communication skills and asset that will foster communication for life. Next. And next, we'll continue by Kak Asmaul.
Okay. Okay, Nisa, thank you for giving me the time to continue our presentation. Well, the audience, let me to explain you about why second language important. Here, I'd like to tell you that the how important second language is. The first is okay. Second languages also open the door to art, music, dance, fashion, cuisine, film, philosophy, science, and etc. And then by learning second language, we also can uh, increases one's chance in government, business, medicine, law, technology, military, industry, marketing, etc. For example, business skills plus second language skills make employees more valuable in the market. Okay, and then create a more positive attitude and reduce prejudice towards different people and broaden one's view of the world. And then liberates one's experience and makes it more flexible and tolerant. And the last is teaching and encouraging respect for others, namely fostering an understanding of the relationship between language and human nature. Okay. Then I'd like to tell you that besides we learning second language, it is don't forget to us to keep exercising of our first language. Uh, this statement is relevant with the Leonardo de Valus said that. Okay, maybe can you next slide, Firman? Okay, thank you. He said that I have always been interested in languages. I have traveled to over 125 countries in the last 20 years and have recently published a book series entitled Our Beautiful World. We can say in the picture, the cover of that book. And then he said, our language is the most important part of our being. I think it is important to learn other languages, other forms of communication besides our own, because it helps us to learn about other peoples and cultures. The most important one, however, that we can learn is our own mother tongue, as this is one of the most basic parts of our identity. If we were to lose our own tongue, for example, if we were to grow up in a country which is not our own, some place that is not our home, in my opinion, we would be losing a part of ourselves. Okay, guys, from this statement, that is true, exactly right, that we must keep exercising of our first language or our mother tongue. Okay, for the next explanation will be presented by Maghfirah Bukhari. Okay, Maghfirah Bukhari, this is your turn. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, I will continue about the method of the second language teaching. So here are the three most used the method of teaching L2. The first is grammar translation method. This is the most traditional method of L2 teaching. Vocabulary lists and sets of grammar rules are used to define the target of language. And memorization is encouraged, and written language rather than spoken language is emphasized in this method. Second method is most used is the audio-lingual method. It emphasizes the spoken language. It involves a systematic presentation of the structure of L2, moving from the simple to the more complex in the form of drills that students are asked to repeat. And the third method is communicative language teaching. This method emphasizes the function of language rather than sorry rather than the form of language. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, What are the goals of a study SLA, our second language acquisition? The first is to communicate. If we uh, if we can speak in another language, for example in English, we can communicate well to other people. Like the previous speaker said that we can go abroad, we can communicate, we can uh, yeah, we can communicate to each other by using a second language, by using English language. And the second goals is be good in transcript purposes. And the last is obtaining the higher education. So we can go abroad, we can go abroad to continue our study, for example, and we can hold the partnership internationally if we can use a second language. In this case, is English. So that's are the goals of SLA. Okay, I think that's all from me. Any others? Uh, do we open the question in this part? No.
Yes. Go on. Now continue to the discussion section, and if there is uh, anyone who wanted to ask a question, it's time to
Sorry, Bang Firman, I don't listen your voice.
Yeah, Firman should speak loudly, Firman.
Yeah, now the discussion's time. So if
Okay.
anyone wanted to ask any questions now, yeah, the time's yours. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone who ask, kindly can ask to us.
Or maybe the participants um, can give addition regarding the material that we have presented today.
If there are no question or additional comment, we may close our presentation.
Just waiting. We will wait for 5 minutes for the questions.
All right, we will wait 5 minutes.
Well, the audience, I think no question for our presentation today, and it is better for us to close our presentation. But previously, I would like to emphasize again that it is important for us to learn second language or foreign language, but don't forget to keep exciting about our mother tongue. Okay, I think just all for me. Mungkin maybe one of my friend would like to add. the closing of our presentation. Thank you. Mungkin Farah nambahin dikit, Farah. Nisa. Okay, if nothing, this time, I give back to the Firman. Thank you, Firman.
Okay then. So thank you for your participations. And if there is no questions, basically I think we do have a question, but maybe I think it's because of matter of time because it's Friday. So that's what makes it not possible for us to continue the discussions. Well, thank you everyone, and especially for group 4 for the presentations. And
Welcome.
we will like to continue to the next group, to the last group after Juma. Okay, now see you everyone, and have a nice day, have a nice Friday, and then Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.